Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. I'm your host, Dr. Peter, here to share my own market sentiment in the coming week. Remember that every prediction that we have made here had worked so far in terms of how to read the structure, the wave, and where to expect reaction. And I want to also share the market sentiment with you. In one of my videos, I told us that after wave 4, we should see wave 5 reacting. Here, I remember I showed us that around this level, around this place, or this place, we should see the reaction. So now market has chosen this point to react here, this support here. I said between this support and this support, we should see reaction. So we are seeing reaction exactly at this level of support. Now, what can we make out of this wave so far? So far, we are seeing this may be a primary one, a 1, a 2, then 3, 1, 3, 2. In this 3 formation, with 3 formation, you can see this like a running flat, an A, B, and a C. Or at the same time, you can see this also as a 1 and a 2 of 3. Then this is a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3, a 5 of 3. So if this is a 5 of 3, and this is going to be a major 4, because if we had completed in this rundown of a broccoli with 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, then it means that with 3 is completed, then we should see a major 4 in this regard, where this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 3, and a 4th should not probably get to the end. It may break or not this. It may react by breaking or not breaking it before we see a major 5 to the downside. So, and that major 5 may break this area. And if it breaks this area, we should see a bigger correction. But in as much as we always think this way, we should always also know that with 4, 5 may have completed here, and that we are going to see a bigger correction of wave 2. So those are the 2 scenarios that you must have at the back of your mind. Studying this flow pattern, the flow pattern may suggest that we are seeing a 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, and a 3, 5, which has completed with 3. Then we should see a major 4, a major 5 driving down before a bigger correction. But if the price begins to violate some levels and begins to go up, then it's going to turn to a bigger correction. So it may be a bigger correction, but for now, what you should have in your mind, it's a major 4. That is what, at least that's the limit of what we can work with. And if price is going to change all that, we will know when it begins to break beyond what we expect a major 4 to do. Now, I want to show you something here again. Remember that I gave a forecast around about a month ago. Let me bring out my drawing. I gave, and this is why, you know, at times we have to know how to read. I gave this forecast like about a month ago, and I'm showing this to us. When I said that this to me is like 1, 2, just as like I explained, and this is a 3, 1, 3, 2, a 3, 3. You know, we were here thinking that price may react, so we can use this to, so, but price still finish up this ending structure of wave 3, a bit to the downside, then we saw the reaction. So, you know, when we do this, it might not be the exact because that wave has to complete itself, but it's a flow pattern that I want you to get, which I just explained to you, that we may expect this, a 4, a 5. Now, this is a 5, then we expect a 4 in the blue, a 5 in the blue, you know, and after a 5 in the blue, then we now expect a bigger ABC of wave 2. So are we going to get this? Are we going to get this? That's the question. Are we going to get this 4? Are we going to get this bigger wave 2? But what we expect actually should be a 4 before a drop and a bigger correction to the upside. So if it's going to give us this, we will know once we begin to break structure. Then what again do we need to also tell if we are going to get this? There are two things I just explained. Breaking the structure of wave 4 in the blue will tell us this is what we are going for. So let me bring out another thing. Yeah, another thing is to use trend resistance. So once you break out of that trend resistance, because for a bigger 4, for us to know that we are done completely with a wave 3, we're supposed to have broken out, you know, of the trend resistance. So we are going to draw it because this is where wave 3 started from, 3, 1, 3, 2. So we're going to connect and see, because that's also will guide us. So once we start from this top, we connect through that. To the downside. So connecting through that to the downside. So connecting these and these, we are saying that we are yet to break out of 3 proper. So for me, I still believe that this is going to go up to violate this. Once we violate this, and that should be a 4 in the blue, then the price would come down to do a 5. And by the time we go down, that 5 is going to run appropriately as an ending structure, and to violate this properly below here, then we should know at that level we are done. We want to do a bigger 2. So the power of the structure, the power of the trend support or resistance is what I'm teaching us at the moment to know where this is. So this is yet to be taken. So we are about taking this. Once we take it and we breach it, then you should know that wave 3 is completely ended. So, and we can now begin to interpret, you know, see this as a possible wave 4 in the blue to go down again. We should react here or slightly above it to come down. So with that said, let's dive into how to prepare ourselves. So let me go to the 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, this is what we have gotten now. In the 4-hour time frame, I see this as an A, B, and a C structure. We might get a WXY in the 4-hour time frame. So you can see it already. If you are looking for trades, so this may have completed this move to the upside, and A, B, C, like a zigzag to the upside. We should be getting a correction, and this correction should be a B wave down. Then you should know at this level, is where you should be expecting, between here and here is where you should be expecting a reaction back to the upside for a completion of the B wave. So we should have an A, B, C of a B to the downside, and that's where we should be looking for. So in the immediate, we should be looking for, if you can sell it, if you can attempt to sell it, but me, I won't be selling this because it's not a sell yet. It's a small sell. I will be waiting patiently for this to build itself and take a buy from this level or from this level. So they have to count the internal structure of this week. That is what I expect. And then I can now buy a bigger C to the upside. And from that area, look for my sell. So now what I'm saying is that we expect this to correct, pick up a buy, and exit around this area, probably at the break of this structure here, or this area. If I break it, then we'll look for a sell below here. And so when we take a sell, we look for the price action and see if it's confirmed for us. Of course, wave 4 should not get to, or should not violate a retracement of wave 3, 50. Then 50% of wave 3 should not be violated. You can take 40 of it. You can get a little too extended. You should know all of that, from here, because we are talking of wave 3 of a big fall now. So that means we take it from this end here and see where 4 blue is going to be. 38%, we should know where it's going to be. So that's what we expect. The same thing applies to euro dollar. Euro dollar is the same thing. We should be expecting the correction to pick a sell from here. From here. We should see the way amount we're going to pick a sell. But now we expect that we're going to do a major 4. A major 4 should react around this area. It might not break the bottom, or it might break it, but sure, from this is the first reaction of wave 1 and wave 2. So taking this as your wave 2, it shouldn't go beyond 50% of retracement of wave 3 for us to get a reaction to the other, to the upside, to break this top one more. And after breaking that, we are going to see the ending structure forming something similar to this. At the end of it, the ending structure similar to this is going to form once we do that wave. Then we're going to come down to do a bigger correction that will take maybe about how many months? It might take like a month and a half or 2, if not 3, to the downside before we go up again sharply. So pound USD, what do I see in pound USD? Yeah, pound USD are broken here. It might turn out to be a much bigger deep correction. So these, for now, I will expect a 3-wave correction to the upside around this area between here and here. We should get a reaction, or let's say between this area of resistance now. Our price may violate that area slightly. Just watch the manner of correction and to know where to pick a sell. We're going to get a sell to the downside, maybe without breaking this structure here, because it's going to fall deep. And if that happens, once we get a reaction, so we come to the downside, maybe around this area. If that happens between here and here, then that would tell us that there's going to be a bigger reaction to the upside here. Or it may also be the beginning of a bigger correction to the downside. So, but for now, up we go, come down one more time, then you now get the kind of reaction to the DXY also would assist to know if we are going up again to take the top. New Zealand dollar, the structure had changed a bit. It has changed a bit with what we are getting now. So it has changed a bit. We are thought that we continue to go up, but this is a big move to the downside. And this big move to the downside had made me realize that this now, after this move, we have an A structure. This to me look like an A structure. This now looks like an the first move of a B in between. I see this as a B in between. Yes, an A. Then here it's a B in between here. Then we are probably seeing a C structure. So this C structure, this looks more like, for now, we are going to buy. We're going to see a reaction to buy maybe between here without breaking this area. We're going to see a sell. So this might be an A structure of a C, then the B, and this potentially, if I go to the daily, maybe we'll see it better. Now, this potentially may be going up, react around this area to come down and probably break this. This is the level we should be thinking now. If it does not break this, we'll see. But it may potentially come to this support here at this level. So this may actually test 5-4 before we go up. So that's what I can see here. This may go up, react violently again to downside before we now begin to push up hard. So that's what I can expect here on the daily. So we'll see how it plays out. So just be careful. A buy is what to expect in the immediate, which may react around this area without breaking this point. So I would, if you don't know what to do, I would recommend not to involve yourself in it. Then we have yen, dollar yen. For dollar yen now, let's go to the 1 4-hour time frame. So what do I see here? On dollar yen, I can see a 1, 2, a 3, 4, 5. So I see that probably we are correcting a wave 2. That means correcting the all of these. This I've completed itself as A, B, or a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. So that will expect a reaction around this level. So it's going to go up around this level without breaking 150, 500. Without breaking that, we're going to see a fall again. So this is going as an A, B, and a C. So if you know how to read this, you may buy a C wave to the upside to look for further sell. Then the last one, it's gold. Gold is a bit, we've been expecting this fall to happen, and this might be a beginning of a much more bigger correction to the downside. And what do I mean? A much more bigger correction to the downside that may potentially come here. Let me see. Now, that may potentially come to this level. Come to this level here. So we are breaking this right now. So this looks to be a much more bigger correction that will break this, but that will probably get a support around this area. It should be a big fall But at the same time, we have to take it piecemeal. A big fall to this level, we have to be, let me see. Yes, we have to think, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this may have finished the 5th wave of blue. Then if we are thinking of a 2 of a green, we might be seeing reaction around this zone. So it's a, that's a big one. So if it's going to give us this, then what do we expect immediately from price? What do we expect? If we are coming down and it's a part of bigger correction, so what do you expect? How to deal with this now? If we are going to get a bigger correction to the downside, I would not expect price to really go up. It should fall down the more. So if the market opens immediately on Sunday, and what we get is that we fall. So once we fall to the downside, then it should be an ABC correction to the upside for us to fall again. Otherwise, if price begins to crawl up from here, it may just continue to crawl up to break the top again, to break all of this to the top again. So that's how to look at it. And what level would price not break? Let's see. Anything you do on gold at this level, you should be very, very careful. Let me bring out my drawing. If we take this as the limit of will be, or yes, it will be for here, price should not break 3064, 3064 before price fall again. So if we see this, that price will not break this to fall again, then that's a good one. So it should fall more. It should fall more to around this area. So between here and here, if we should get a reaction here, then you can gently buy to sell, because it's going to go further down. So, but otherwise, if it begins to crawl up from here, it might just be the end. Once we take this place to the upside, we are going up to break the top. So, but if it does not violate 3064 and begins to fall, then we should wait for a correction before we go for a bigger, much bigger fall. So it might be a complex correction. So with that, I've come to the end of these updates. Do like, comment, and have a good and a great week ahead. Bye.